Good afternoon, classmates, teachers, and other guests present on this virtual event. My name is Sara Sofia Zanabria Quintero, and I'm from the 10th grade. I am curious about how many people are concerned about getting good grades at school. I don't mean it is a bad thing. On the contrary, I think it is an act of discipline and love for studies. However, there are many young people who, with their grades, in some cases can feel useless. So I asked myself the following question about academic grades. Do the numbers define how smart we are? It's true that many of us as students worry and feel some pressure while we're taking a test, when we only have the idea that if we get a low grade, we are not smart enough. I don't think that thinking creates some kind of handicap when taking the test, but it does interfere with our learning. Because we can't deny that the most of the time we study school subjects to get good grades and not because we really want to learn what we are being taught. But if we are not graded by tests or exams, how will they know if we are smart or not? You see, it's a little difficult to explain. From my point of view, these evaluations are simply to test the skills that each one of us handles, or if we studied the subjects seen in the classroom, but they just don't measure our intelligence. In the case of high school students, there are some who stand out in some subjects, and others who don't. For example, I personally do well in mathematics, but not so good in social studies and language arts. And the same must happen to other people with different subjects. That just shows us that somehow we all have intelligence. Keeping in mind that all human beings are intelligent in some way, one might think that intelligence is something subjective. Maybe it is. On the other hand, if we want to classify our intelligence in a more general or objective way, we could take a look at Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, which tell us that we can distinguish up to 8 different types of formal intelligence. In this case, I'm just going to name a few of them. There is the logical mathematical intelligence, which is the ability we possess to solve both logical and mathematical problems. And linguistic verbal intelligence, which is the fluency a person possesses in the use of the word and skill in the use of the language. These are the most common or the ones that we all know. But there are others that caught my attention, and according to this theory, many of us are smart by doing things that we didn't even think were made by someone intelligent. These are, on one hand, interpersonal intelligence, which consists of relating to and understanding other people, including the skills to show facial expressions, control the voice, and express gestures on certain occasions. And on the other hand, intrapersonal intelligence, which is our ability to relate to ourselves, value our own actions, understand what we do. I bet you didn't know that just by making and understanding our own decisions, we're already being smart. You don't have to be an expert in your physics class and understand all the subjects perfectly. Just by having knowledge of different academic things or your life, you can feel proud and consider yourself as someone smart. In conclusion, it goes without saying that from my point of view, I think academic grades don't define how smart we are. However, you shouldn't discredit the tests you take at colleges and universities, because they're just another way of checking whether a student is learning or having difficulty with the subjects given in class. Let us not be intimidated by tests or grades. After all, they end up being just a number. Now, I have a recommendation for everybody, including myself. Let us study and be eager to acquire knowledge every day, because only by learning we will discover our own intelligence. Don't be frightened by another person thinking that he or she is more intelligent. Just remember that everybody, by having a different purpose and a different path in life, his or her intelligence and way of thinking will be different. but not superior. Thank you very much.